Wow, it is never a boring day in Trump's administration, as of course all the swamp monsters are just coming out and exposing themselves. As they are pissed as a lot of their slush funds, their paychecks, their connections, their power structures all unwinding right in front of them, as today was a big monumentous day for Trump, Elon Musk, and of course Tulsi Gabbard, that just showed today that the resistance against them is futile. And I will argue this because I was saying, hey, if there's anyone who's going to have the most difficult time specifically being appointed, specifically being approved by the U.S. Senate, it was going to be Tulsi Gabbard. We got good news with RFK Jr. today. He's not appointed yet, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But obviously, clearly, they put out a lot of stops there to try to stop Tulsi Gabbard. It didn't work there, and we're going to talk about the larger ramifications of this because this is big. Elon Musk is on a freaking tear right now as he has just exposed $100 billion in annual entitlement payments to individuals without Social Security numbers or identifications. The slush funds are all being gutted. This is amazing. This is one of the biggest financial scandals in American history, and the corporate media is just being absolute silent about it when in the midst of their larger kind of freakouts on air, on CNN. I mean, I never want to watch that vile garbage trash. But I've been tempted to. I've seen some of the clips online, and Anderson Cooper, Caitlin Collins freaking out. Absolutely beautiful. As DOGE, also on top of that, the cherry on top here, just ended nearly $1 billion from the Department of Education, with larger DEI racist efforts finally now being ended, giving a fair opportunity to American school children based off their merit and not because of the way that they were born. Clearly another amazing big move here that is just awesome to see here as the government's representation of them looking into the previous corruption, into being, this is by the way, Dylan Hetter. He is the director of government affairs at the Project of Government Oversight, POGO. He's the top oversight watchdog who's blind, who now testified he just didn't see any corruption.
Through negligence, there are a variety of reasons why improper payments happen. It just simply is not the case that improper payments are only a function of bad people doing bad things with bad intent.
Yeah, he didn't see it. God, if there ever was a perfect representation. If there ever was a perfect representation of a government oversight watchdog, I gotta be careful here. Okay, nothing against this guy, but if there ever was a perfect representation, this is it, as clearly Elon Musk and DOGE are having the time of their lives, going through all the records, looking at all the accounting, seeing where all of our money goes. And a lot of it is just scams. Again, you go to the supermarket and you kind of look around. Why is everything so expensive? Why are we printing money? Why are we borrowing money? Why are we $35 trillion in debt? Why is life so difficult to survive here financially? And that's because you were previously ruled by a den of thieves. And I cannot talk about the larger importance of DOGE, Elon Musk, that now have set their next target at Social Security checks that are probably still going out to dead people. As of course, there's fraud all around this entire system, as Elon Musk also described the old kind of archaic systems that we are still relying on right now in order to do a lot of the government processes that are absolutely outdated and just absolutely done in a totally insane way.
All the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And I'm like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards. And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955. So it looks like it's like a time warp. And then the speed, then the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine shaft elevator can move determines how many people can retire from the federal government.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but that seems like a old system. That seems like a system that, why are we financing it? Why are we doing this when we could be doing it in such a better, more efficient way? And now finally, there are some fresh eyes and most importantly, some cojones, some balls here as Elon Musk and Donald Trump were both viciously attacked by the machine, by a lot of powerful people that were colluding together in an open, larger conspiracy to try to undermine them, to try to attack them, to try to levy a lot of allegations against them, and in many instances also tried to put them in jail or take their lives, as now there is a larger culture shift that is incredible to see. Google Calendar, by the way, just removed their Pride Day, their Black History Month, and other DEI dates, as clearly the Google Calendar and the Google website always has been the front page of the wokest of woke causes, as now they are even recalling a lot of the larger censorship efforts that we're no longer dealing with. Our channel, like our viewership, through the roof. I'm also working my butt off here, which you could support directly through lukeunfiltered.com. I've started to, take my job way more seriously. I started to work way more hours. I started to do way more content. And of course, we are doing everything we can for our members that gets to get one-on-one exclusive access with us and our team through lukeunfiltered.com. We're doing a range day March 16th, which is going to be really fun, really awesome. You could come if you are a member, and you get 12 plus years of members only videos that are specifically centered at trying to make you the best, strongest, most amazing version of yourself. I specifically have been really delving into the larger realm of self-help and working and progressing and trying to build yourself up as a better human being, especially when it comes to all of the larger problems that are set out for all of us in society to fall through the cracks of. And we don't do that here. We help each other out. We work with each other. And you could be a part of our quasi-secret, not-so-secret society by joining lukeunfiltered.com, coming out to the meetups, coming out to some of the nature hikes, as right now. Truly, if there ever was an opportunity where you have carte blanche, you have free will, you have the larger kind of opportunity to create, make, build, and develop, it is now, specifically within the United States. If you're not taking full advantage of that situation, a couple weeks ago, I did a specific video saying, look, Trump won. These are going to be the larger opportunities available to you. And if you're someone who's looking for a career change, or if you're younger and you're looking for a path to get into, these are going to be the paths that you're going to want to focus on. That video available on lukeunfiltered.com as another major milestone marker was just achieved today with the confirmation of Tulsi Gabbard as Trump's Director of National Intelligence. This is big. This is huge because this is the same lady that, by the way, not so long ago had those 4 S's on all of her boarding passes. I had to deal with this too a few years ago. It sucked. I remember literally just flying international. I used to fly all the time, and now needing to set extra time for government agents to literally rummage through every single thing that I had here. Why was I designated a quadruple S tier? Why was Tulsi Gabbard also under the surveillance of the intelligence community for so long? Well, that's because she whistleblowed. She exposed a lot of really horrible things that the deep state was doing, as now she's going to be at the helm of one of the largest, most important positions in government related to intelligence. This is huge. This is her video today of being appointed inside of the Oval Office, inside of the White House, with Donald Trump, with the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, swearing her in, as this is a monumental moment, because if any of those major anti-establishment appointees for Donald Trump and his future administration were facing the biggest uphill battle, it was Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard pissed off a lot of people on the left. A lot of people on the right also didn't like her. Specifically the neocons, specifically a lot of the people that are rhinos, specifically a lot of the people connected to the intel agencies. What she did, specifically with exposing the larger kind of con game going on in Syria that was creating national and international terrorism all over the world, that was big. You saw Michael Flynn pay the ultimate price for essentially doing the same thing that she did when it came to exposing that larger kind of proxy theater conflict that the intel agencies were very dramatically involved in, to the detriment of everyone else, but to, of course, their larger kind of cooperation with them that was really undermining not just national security, but trust in general for the United States. As we saw Bernie Sanders not vote for Tulsi Gabbard. We saw Fetterman not vote for Tulsi Gabbard. And those were the two biggest kind of FUs, as the biggest one was Mitch McConnell, the biggest rhino of them all, Cocaine Mitch, as some people call him, as he's connected to some very interesting freight companies and some ships that were caught with huge tons of drugs on them. But you do your own independent research on that here, as good old Cocaine Mitch here just went off and voted no on Tulsi Gabbard, as he declared that the Office of Director of National Intelligence is a key participant in the process that informs every major national security decision the president makes. The ODNI wields significant authority over how the intelligence community allocates its resources, conducts its collection and analysis, and manages the classification and declassification of our nation's most sensitive secrets. In my assessment, Tulsi Gabbard failed to demonstrate that she is prepared to assume this tremendous national trust, and with Mitch McConnell saying that, I think she now has tremendous national trust from me and a lot of other people that are just sick of the way that things used to go. No longer will this older realm of rhino dinosaurs standing in the way with their corrupted, evil, vile actions and operations and connections will be able to rain terror on the people of this world. As, of course, Tulsi Gabbard, one of the biggest exposers of it, the larger exposer of how your tax dollars were going to radical jihadis all throughout the Middle East, is now at a major position of power to expose it all. And this is why Mitch McConnell's freaking out. Mitch McConnell has a lot of connections to the CIA and all the intel agencies, and he knows, oh, crap, she's going to classify, declassify. She's going to look. She's going to see what we've been up to. One more. As now RFK Jr. is moving forward with Senate confirmation hearings, as well as everyone is expecting him to soon become the next HHS head, which is also going to be big, also going to be major. Tulsi Gabbard, again, I think was the biggest, hardest confirmation to get here. It happened, meaning that there's going to be good things ahead for Kash Patel, RFK Jr., God willing, as of course these are all individuals that are some of the biggest anti-establishment figures for Donald Trump that now are going to be in key positions of power, that will be getting in there and having their way with the former U.S. national security state that has violated all respect and trust that they had with the American people. It's a new day. It's a new age. It's a very exciting one. See you on LukeUnfiltered.com. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here exclusively on YouTube.com/WeAreChange.